All right, ready to dive in. Today we're looking at a story from the Sant Mat tradition.
Oh, very cool.
And I know, for some of you listening, you might be thinking, Sant Mat, huh? But trust me, this is fascinating stuff, even if you've never heard of it before.
Right. It's all about digging into these stories, these traditions, and seeing what we can learn from them,
Absolutely. So Sant Mat, it's a rich tradition, lots of symbolism, layered meanings. And we're going to try to unpack some of that today.
Yeah, definitely.
We're focusing on a story about this guy, Madhukar. And he's on this quest for knowledge, this search for truth, which, let's be real, I think we can all relate to that in some way, right?
Sure.
So to set the scene a bit, this story takes place in the Treta Yuga. Now, I know that might sound like a mouthful.
It's a mouthful for me too sometimes, and I study this stuff.
Right.
Basically, it's a time period in Hindu cosmology, like a mythical era known for its heroes and these grand epic tales.
Okay, so we're talking like ancient legends, myths, that kind of thing.
Exactly, yeah. And get this, Madhukar, our main man in this story, he is described as an incarnation of Vishnu.
Okay, wait, hold on, time out for a sec.
Yeah.
For those of us who might not be as familiar with Hindu mythology, who is Vishnu again?
Oh, right. Yeah, Vishnu is like a really big deal in Hinduism.
Okay.
One of the major deities. Think of him as the preserver, the protector. He's all about maintaining cosmic order, keeping everything in balance.
Got it. So we've got our hero, Madhukar, who's also like this incarnation of Vishnu.
Exactly. Yeah, kind of adding another layer to his character, right?
Right, exactly. And he's on this quest for knowledge. And just to make things even more interesting, he crosses paths with Kabir.
Ah, Kabir. Now we're talking.
So I'll be honest, I've heard the name, but I don't really know much about Kabir. Fill us in.
Okay, so Kabir's the real deal. We're talking 15th century, this mystic, a poet, and let me tell you, he was not afraid to shake things up.
Oh, how so?
Well, he challenged the established religious structures of his time. He was all about direct experience of the divine, not just blindly following rituals or dogma.
Interesting. So kind of a rebel in the spiritual world?
Yeah, you could say that. He wanted people to think for themselves, to connect with the divine on their own terms.
That's cool. So how does he fit into Madhukar's story?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. Kabir becomes Madhukar's guide, leading him on this journey to a place called Sakhand.
Sakhand. What is that? Some sort of mythical land?
You could say that. It's described as this realm beyond suffering and death, ruled by Sat Purush, the true being.
Okay, so this is a place of, like, ultimate reality, pure consciousness.
You got it. Imagine a place where you're free from all the limitations of the physical world. No pain, no fear, just pure being.
That's a powerful concept. A realm beyond suffering. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What would it take to reach such a place?
That is the question. And it's something Madhukar grapples with throughout his journey.
Man, I am hooked already. We've got Madhukar, our seeker, guided by Kabir, this, what did you call him? A spiritual revolutionary.
Yeah, something like that.
And they're off on this journey to Sakhand. This is going to be an adventure.
Oh, it definitely is. And this is just the beginning. It's interesting, though, the Sakhand.
Yeah.
It's not like, just escaping to some far-off land, right?
What do you mean?
It's more about, like, an inner thing, achieving the state of liberation, but, like, inside yourself, even while we're stuck here dealing with, all the messiness of the world.
Right. So how does Madhukar's journey, how does that play into it?
Well, so he does eventually reach Sakhand,
Right.
But here's the thing. It's there that he learns about the power of Nam.
Nam. Yeah, we touched on that a bit before.
Yeah.
But it seems like a pretty important concept in Sant Mat, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's huge.
So, why learn about it there? What's the significance of Madhukar, learning about it in this specific realm, this Sakhand?
Okay, so think about it. We're talking Sakhand, right? This place of pure consciousness where truth is just, experienced directly.
Okay.
And it's in this, super elevated state of being that Madhukar is finally able to grasp. The true essence of Nam.
So it's more than just, learning the word itself.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's about understanding its, deeper meaning.
Yeah.
But, from a totally different level of awareness.
You got it. And I remember how we talked about Kabir and how he was all about direct experience over just blindly following dogma.
Yeah.
It makes sense that, to really get Nam, Madhukar would have to, journey to this higher realm, you know?
Right, totally.
Yeah.
And just as a reminder for everyone listening, what is num again? I mean, we keep saying it, but...
Yeah, no, you're right. So it's often translated as name,
Okay.
but like it's way more than just a word. Think of it more as like a vibration, you know? Like a divine vibration, like this current of energy that connects us, like back to the source, back to that ultimate reality we're talking about.
Okay, so it's less about like, you know, just reciting a word and more about like tapping into this like energy.
Yeah, exactly. You're aligning yourself with this like vibrational force. It's pure consciousness, man, and it flows through everything.
I don't know why, but like I'm thinking about like chanting
Oh, yeah.
or like mantra meditation, things like that.
Absolutely. There are definitely some parallels there.
Yeah.
Because it's all about like using sound as this tool, right? For spiritual awakening, for connecting to something way bigger than yourself.
Right. So it sounds like what Madhukar is going through in Saskand, it's really about transformation through this knowledge.
Yeah.
But it's not just like head knowledge.
No.
He's like actually feeling it.
Exactly. It's experiential. He's living it. And it's actually really interesting because to highlight this transformation, he gets another name, Dwish.
Dwish. What's that all about?
So it literally means twice born. It's an ancient term, and it used to be for people who went through this like really intense spiritual initiation back in the day.
So it's like Madhukar's being reborn, but in a different way.
You got it. But it's not just a ritual thing, okay? It's deeper than that. It's about this total transformation of his consciousness.
Okay.
He doesn't see the world the same way anymore. His whole understanding of reality is just like completely different now.
You know, it's funny you say that because I was just thinking about like anytime you've ever learned something new and it just like changes your perspective.
Totally. It's like a light bulb moment.
Totally. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that's what this is, right?
Yeah, it's like being born into this whole new way of seeing everything.
And that's the power of true knowledge, you know? Because when you connect with something like beyond our usual limited way of thinking, it changes you. It has to.
Wow. So we've got Madhukar, the seeker, right?
Yeah.
And now he's Dwish, the twice born. Because of this wild experience in Sakkana and because he's like actually getting the whole Nam thing.
Exactly.
That's quite the image.
It is. It's like this really powerful symbol of, you know, what we can achieve, of how much we can grow.
Right.
And it all comes back to the transformative power of, you know, true, genuine knowledge.
Definitely. But hold on a second.
Yeah.
He doesn't just like stay there
Right.
in Sakkhan. He doesn't just hang out enjoying this newfound, you know, whatever.
That would be nice, but no, not exactly.
That wouldn't be much of a story.
Exactly. There's more to it than that.
So what happens next? He goes back, right?
He does. Madhukar returns to the world.
Wait, he goes back to the regular world.
He does.
But why? I mean, he's reached this amazing state of being, this Sat Khan.
Yeah.
Why would he leave that?
Well, that's kind of the point, isn't it? He doesn't go back because he has to. He goes back because he chooses to, out of compassion. You see, he's been given this task.
What tasks?
To share this knowledge that he's gained, to share the path to liberation with everyone else.
Wow. It's like, you know, once you've seen the truth, once you've woken up, you can't just go back to sleep, right?
Exactly. And it's a common theme in a lot of different spiritual traditions, this idea of service.
Okay.
Of using your own awakening, your own insights to help other people, to like give back in a way.
Right. But wasn't it supposed to be like super peaceful and blissful in Sakkhan?
It is. But, you know, even coming back from that, it says in the text, it describes the angels of Yama.
Yama.
Yeah, the god of death.
Right.
It says they looked like defeated wrestlers when Madhukar came back.
Oh, wow. That's pretty intense imagery.
Right.
Like, what do you think that means? Those angels being like defeated.
Well, to me, it really emphasizes just how powerful true understanding, true spiritual knowledge really is. We're talking about Yama's angels here.
Yeah.
These are like powerful figures, right? They represent death itself.
Right.
And even they seem, I don't know, almost humbled. Like they're in awe of what Madhukar has achieved.
Yeah, it's like this knowledge, this connection that he's made with the divine. It's given him a kind of strength that even death can't touch.
Exactly. It's like he's transcended it somehow. And that's what true liberation is all about, you know?
So it's not just about escaping death, right?
You know, no.
It's bigger than that.
It's about breaking free from all those limitations.
Yeah?
All those fears, all those things that hold us back, those perceptions.
Right, totally.
Yeah.
So Madhukar, he comes back to the world.
He does.
He's transformed.
He's
got this new mission to share this knowledge with everybody else.
Exactly. And like we were saying, that's not always easy.
Right. So what happens? What does that sharing actually look like?
That's interesting because the story doesn't really get into the specifics.
Right.
It's more about the internal journey, the transformation that Madhukar goes through.
So it's more about inspiring us, the people hearing this story.
I think so. It's like Madhukar's journey. It's like this allegory, right?
Yeah.
It's showing us the potential that we all have inside of us.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds us that real knowledge, like the good stuff, it's not just about, memorizing facts.
Right.
It's about this deep, profound shift in how we see the world, in our consciousness itself.
It's like that twice-born experience we talked about.
Yes, exactly. And that's something we can all strive for.
Yeah.
Even in our own life. It doesn't matter if it's through Nam or meditation or just like exploring our own inner world.
Yeah.
It's about connecting with that truth that's already inside of us.
Finding that truth within. Yeah.
Yes.
That's quite a journey.
It is. But it's a journey worth taking.
Even if it means facing our own inner Yama angels along the way.
Exactly. Maybe even especially then.
Wow. That's something to think about.
It is.
Well, we've certainly gone deep on this one. We've just scratched the surface of this whole tradition, this whole world of Sant Mat. But I hope you found something to connect with in Madhukar's story. What resonated with you? What questions did it bring up for you? Keep those questions close. Keep seeking those answers. And until next time, keep diving deep.